to study volts. Now we are dealing with the topic integers, which is in the 7th class CBSE first chapter. Before saying the integers, we need to deal with the two sets of numbers. Those are natural numbers and whole numbers. What is a natural number? A natural number is a set of numbers from 1 to infinite. That means any number from 1 to infinite is called as natural number. That itself, 1 is called a natural number, 2 is called a natural number, 3 lakhs is called a number, 7 crores is also called as a natural number. That is why the set of numbers from 1 to infinite is called natural numbers. Now the second set is whole numbers. What is a whole number? Whole number is nothing but 0 including with the natural numbers is called, then the set is called whole number. The set of numbers with natural numbers and 0 is called whole numbers. That means all the natural numbers are whole numbers, but all the whole numbers are not natural numbers, because 0 is extra additional number in the whole numbers rather than natural numbers. So now let's deal with the integers, our topic. So integers is nothing but the set of numbers from minus infinite to plus infinite is called integers. You can see the set of integers here. Minus infinite, so on up to minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and infinite. So these are negative numbers and these are positive numbers. Integers are the set of numbers from minus infinite to plus infinite. Properties of integers. Now what are the properties of integers? These properties of integers will tell us how to divide, how to add, how to subtract and how to multiply. So these four fundamental laws always comes under these properties: closure property, commutative property, associative property and distributive property. These are the four properties, and each property has four divisions, that is addition, under multiplication, under subtraction and under division. Now closure property. Sum of two whole numbers is again a whole numbers. This property of numbers is closure property. Here it's either sum or a division or a multiplication or a subtraction. Anything. Addition of two numbers is a whole number again. Subtraction of two numbers is a whole number again. Multiplication of two whole numbers is a whole number again. Division of whole numbers is a whole number again. It should be like this. Then the multiplication or division or subtraction, then this law will follow this property. Let's see under addition. 17 plus 41 equal to, it is 58. 17 is a whole number, 41 is a whole number. So we get 58, it is also a whole number. Now let's take subtraction. 1 minus 2 equal to minus 1. So 1 is a whole number, 2 is a whole number, but minus 1 is an integer. So under subtraction this property won't work. Under multiplication, 1 into 3 equal to 3. 1 is a whole number, 3 is a whole number, and the product obtained is 3. It is also a whole number. So this is applicable under multiplication. Now under division, 2 divided by 4 equal to 1 by 2, which is a fraction. This is a whole number, this is a whole number, whereas the product obtained is a fraction. So this law or this property does not apply under division. Commutative property. So this is the second property. What is this property? This property under addition, under subtraction, under multiplication, under division. Let us check what is this property. In addition, let's take the formula a plus b equal to b plus a. This is the formula under addition. So let's check out. 2 plus 3 equal to 3 plus 2. So the product obtained is 5. So this property is applicable under addition. Now let's check under subtraction. 3 minus 1 equal to 1 minus 3. The product obtained here is 2. The product obtained here is minus 2. So this is the difference. So if this law is not applicable under subtraction, let's check it out with multiplication. 4 into 3 equal to 3 into 4. That means 4 into 3 is 12, 3 into 4 is 12. So the product obtains are same. So this law is applicable under multiplication. Under division, 4 divided by 2 equal to 2 divided by 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1 by 2. So these products are not similar. So it is not applicable under division. Associative property. Let's check it out with addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. See, for the addition it is formula of a plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. Let's check it out. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4. So 2 plus 7 equal to 5 plus 4. The product obtained both sides is 9. So the products are equal as it is applicable under addition. Now let's check it is applicable or not under subtraction. 2 minus 3 minus 4 equal to 2 minus 3 minus 4. 2 minus of minus 1, that means plus 1 equal to minus 1 minus 4. So 3, the obtained product here is 3, the obtained product here is minus 5. These are not similar, so it is not applicable under subtraction. Now let's see multiplication. 2 into 3 into 1 equal to 2 into 3 into 1. So 2 into 3 equal to 6, whereas 2 into 3 equal to 6. So both products are similar, so it is applicable under multiplication. And 2 divided by 4 divided by 1 equal to 2 divided by 4 divided by 1. So 2 divided by 4 divided by 1, that means 2 divided by 4 equal to 2 divided by 4. That means 1 by 2, 1 by 2. In this case, it is applicable. But in some cases, it is an exemption, it is applicable. But if we take some other example, for suppose 2 divided by 6 divided by 3 equal to 2 divided by 6 divided by 3. Let's take this. 2 divided by 2 equal to 3 divided by 3. So 2 divided by 2 equal to 1, whereas 3 divided by 3 equal to 1. So it is applicable in many cases. So associative property is applicable under division. So here in every case we see subtraction and division is not applicable generally in the case of properties. But in this case, the division is applicable under the associative property. Now, identities. Additive identity and multiplicative identity. What are these identities? Either as additive or multiplicative. If in addition, the sum of two numbers is the product obtained should be equal to the one of the numbers. That means, for suppose we take 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So on the first of the number we get 2. That means it is not itself. So by which number if we add the 1 we get 1. The only number which we add 1, the product itself is 1. The answer is 0. So 0 is the identity. That is also additive. As it is addition, the identity is known as additive identity. The additive identity of any number is 0. Now let's take multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. 1 into 0 equal to 0. Oh, here we got identity as 0, but here we did not get identity as 0. How it is possible? Because this is only under addition, and now we are dealing with the multiplication, so we need to take the another number. 1 into 1 equal to 1. So 1 is the multiplicative identity of every number. Multiplication of two negative numbers. Have you ever thought multiplying two negative numbers? For suppose we take 2 into 3 equal to 6. Have you ever thought what would be the product of minus 2 into minus 3? Now I will say that. So minus 2 into minus 3 equal to plus 6. Wow, this is surprise, right? 2 into 3 equal to 6. Minus 2 into minus 3 equal to 6. How is it possible? As we are getting the product of minus 2 into minus 3 equal to plus 6. So how is it possible? As we learned in the class 6, minus into minus equal to plus. So product of any two negative numbers is a positive number. Now we are dealing with the distributive property. So what is the formula of distributive property? A into B plus C equal to A into B plus A into C. So let's take an example. 2 into 3 plus 5 equal to 2 into 3 plus 2 into. So let's take 2 into 8 equal to 6 plus 10. 2 into 8 is 16. 10 plus 6 is 16. So this is the property, and this is the formula of distributive property under multiplication of addition. For any integer we have two things. What are they? A divided by 0, which is equal to not defined. That means we can't tell about the product. And A divided by 1 equal to A. These are the two things you should remember. Thank you for watching this video. If this video and this information is useful to you, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.